November 2025 changed everything. The Federal High Court didn't just find Nnamdi Kanu guilty on 7 counts of terrorism. They did something more strategic. They moved him. His legal team calls it geographical punishment. By placing him at the Sokoto Correctional Center, the government effectively severed his lifeline. His lawyers can't reach him easily. His family is a world away. Even the Legal Aid Council recently pulled out, citing irreconcilable differences, but there's a deeper layer. By moving Kanu out of Abuja, the government neutralized the protest zone. No more massive crowds outside the court. No more international media scrums. In Sokoto, Nnamdi Kanu is out of sight. But is he out of mind? Far from it. In the southeast, the sit-at-home orders are still strangling the economy. We're talking about a projected 7.6 trillion naira loss. The region is bleeding, and the government knows exactly who holds the tourniquet. To see the shadow play in full light, we have to look at a man the government wants you to forget is even relevant. Sunday Igboho Adeyemo. In 2021, Igboho was the most wanted man in Nigeria. He didn't just talk about secession, he acted. In early 2021, he gave a 7-day ultimatum to Fulani herders in Igangan, Oyo State, to vacate the area following a wave of kidnappings and killings. And when the DSS raided his home in the middle of the night, they claimed they found an arsenal. On paper, Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu were identical threats. Both declared independent nations. Both were accused of inciting violence. Both fled the country. But look at where they are now. While Kanu was being bundled into a private jet in Kenya, Igboho was sitting in a prison in the Benin Republic, protected by a wall of high-priced lawyers and Yoruba monarchs. He didn't come back to Nigeria in handcuffs. He came back in a private jet. And then, the shadow play reached its climax. By early 2026, the world watched in shock as the man who once demanded secession of Yoruba nation from Nigeria, the man who wanted to tear down the Nigerian flag, appeared in public wearing an APC cap. The charges effectively vanished. The terrorist label replaced with stakeholder. Why the mercy for Igboho and the life sentence for Kanu?
The Sunday Igboho struggle you are saying is funded by Tinubu. Tinubu was having issue with Buhari up north. We weren't going to accept him as a candidate. And he looked at it and said, I helped you guys to get to power. You guys don't want my candidacy. I'm going to tell the Yoruba people to leave. He started funding them. Wow. Buhari, being who he is, came and tried to kill Sunday Igboho. Without informing the governor of Oyo State, they brought a special force or special forces from Abuja to come and kill Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho was in that house that day, but he was hiding. Before they came back, he had jumped the fence.
The order of corruption logic is simple. Igboho's region, the southwest, holds the keys to the presidential villa. Kanu's region, which is the southeast, holds the keys to the economy. The government couldn't afford a war with the West, so they chose a political solution. But in the East, they chose a political pawn. Sunday Igboho is the living proof that in Nigeria, you can be a rebel on Monday and a patriot on Tuesday, as long as you're willing to play the shadow play. But Kanu refused to play, and that is why he is in Sokoto, while Igboho is at the victory party. The message was loud and clear: cooperate and the gates open. Resist and the key is thrown away. The order of corruption thrives on these double standards. Igboho's freedom was a political solution. So why isn't there one for Kanu? Because Kanu is worth more to the 2027 election as a prisoner than as a free man. Think about it. If the ruling party releases him now, the Biafra agitation spikes. But if they wait until the eve of the 2027 election, suddenly a presidential pardon becomes the ultimate gift to the Southeast. It's a classic move. Create the fire, then sell the water. Follow the money, and you will know it's not just about votes. The Southeast governors just proposed a massive 5.7 trillion naira budget for 2026. But there's a catch. They need a 300% jump in internal revenue to fund it. How do you collect taxes in a region that shuts down every Monday? You can't. The governors are desperate. Figures like Alex Otti are increasingly vocal about a political release. But here's the investigative question. Are they asking for his release for the sake of the people, or are they negotiating their own seats for 2027? But what is the actual price of a presidential pardon? It's not paid in naira, it's paid in ballots. Behind the heavy curtains of Aso Rock, the shadow play is simple: deliver the Southeast and we'll deliver your man. The ruling party knows they can't win the East on policy alone. They need a miracle. And that miracle is Nnamdi Kanu's signature on a peace treaty. The deal being whispered to the Southeast governors is this: stop the Biafra agitation, break the back of the opposition like ADC, ensure APC and President Tinubu returns to office in 2027. Do that, and the gates of Sokoto prison will swing wide open, and Nnamdi Kanu will be released. But here is the order of corruption twist. If the governors succeed, they look like heroes. If they fail, Kanu stays in a cell for another 4 years. He isn't a prisoner of the law anymore, he's a prisoner of the 2027 electoral map. The 2027 election won't be won on the streets of Lagos or the farms of Kano. It might just be won in a high-security cell in Sokoto. The government is betting that by 2027, the Southeast will be so exhausted by the economic ruin of the sit-at-home that they will accept any deal to get Kanu out. But there's a danger in playing with fire. By turning Nnamdi Kanu into a political pawn, they are making him something far more dangerous: a martyr. The question for you, the viewer, is simple. Is a political solution actually justice? Or is it just another layer of the corruption that keeps Nigeria in a chokehold? Drop a comment below. Does Kanu deserve the Igboho treatment? Or is the law finally working? Don't forget to hit subscribe. We're following the money and the power, wherever they lead. This is Order of Corruption. We'll see you in the next expose.